Hey guys, and welcome to this video where I will show you Positron, a Python library to build native apps using only HTML and Python. At the moment, there are a few libraries, or a few things that you can use to build apps with Python. You can use tkinter, you can use Qt, or you can use a Flask server to host a website that you can access then as a user. You can also build something with Electron, but I feel there's a real need to build something with HTML and Python, and it's very helpful for people that already have experience with the web but want to make a native application using Python, especially if you have already implemented an algorithm, for example with AI. In Python, it is very cool to then build an application that doesn't run in the browser. So this is an example calculator app, very simple. And here I have an input field where I can say, for example, 3 plus 8, and it will give me the results in this box, in this input, and I will try to show you how this is implemented in Python and HTML, and it's a very simple. I think the design is very well done of the library. There's obviously still a lot to do, but this is here the main .py. This would be like your app that you program. We're assuming you've implemented a calculation function, which I'm importing from another module. This is basically your code, and you now want to expose it. And what you do is you first build like the HTML and the styling, however you like. For example, here a very simple one. We have an icon, we have a title, we have a style reference, which is much cooler than in the real web. So instead of doing like the link, whatever style sheet, style sheet, you can just do a style with a source. That's much easier to read, much nicer. And then you have the main thing. You have a container, and in that you have a calculator heading and the calculator div with the input and result. And this you can then access from main.py. You first load the HTML in this route. So this is the index route, very similar to web browsers like servers like Flask, for example. And this is basically, this part looks like Flask, and this part then this as well. So this is basically what HTML should I render now, and then this part is basically the front end part where you first select the elements, and then you put event handlers. So in this case, input on input, very similar to jQuery basically. And then you have a callback which takes the input element's value, and if it doesn't exist, so it's empty, then the result should also be empty. Else we try to set the value to the string of the calculation, and the calculation basically takes the string and makes a number out of it, and we just suppress any syntax errors, and that's it. This is again very similar to Flask, and this just makes sure that from wherever you run this file, it always takes the file as the current working directory. which is very which is very useful. And that's all. That's like the app. All of these functions come from Positron in a star import. Everything you could need basically, and I really like building apps with this. And it is not perfect yet. There's a lot to implement, especially for example, Flexbox, grid layout, all of these stuff. Also, video is not yet supported, but I'm going to in the future devlogs. I'm going to show a bit of the development process, how this is implemented, because I think it's a very difficult task. For example, video or layout. I think people would benefit from learning how to implement these and also how this is structured. Yeah, it's basically a browser and a web server at the same time, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope you're excited to use this as well. Just give it a try. I think all the installation is very clear on the GitHub repo, which I will link in the description below. So definitely check that out. You can also start the GitHub repo, and of course, raising issues is always very welcome. And also features, pull requests are always welcome. I'm happy to hear what you want to do. So yeah, see you next time.